Hey guys, Dom here with BiopharmIQ. Today we're going to look at biotech stocks with phase 3 data readouts coming in Q2 2021. If you want to follow along on the BiopharmIQ platform, you can try for 30 days risk-free, no credit card, no plan required. Head over to bpiq.com/pricing and try for 30 days risk-free. If you are finding value, you can take advantage of our launch price special, $15 a month monthly, $12 a month annually. If you're not finding value, there's no risk, so you can just let the free trial expire and you don't need to do anything else. Head over to bpiq.com/pricing and you can follow along and explore the database. So if we look at the Catalyst database here, which is fully searchable, and we search for phase 3 data readouts coming in Q2, obviously there's a lot still, but we're just going to look at a few of interest. So first we have BeyondSpring for this drug targeting lung cancer with some top-line data expected in the first half of this year. So if we take a look at the BeyondSpring company profile, their market cap is around 500 million, so a small cap stock. If we look at their stock chart since the beginning of the year, so the past around 3 months, you can see that they pretty much moved with the market. If we look at XBI, Biotech ETF, in the same time period, you can see there was this big push up till early February, and then since then a bit of a pullback. And so they had a similar trend, so probably no major catalysts or anything happening, just moving with the market. Now if we look at their pipeline, we can see that this plinabulin drug is their latest stage asset and their main asset, and they're a cancer company, so it's targeting these different cancer indications. The one we're interested in here is this lung cancer one. It's also going after some neutropenia with an NDA expected in Q1, so that should be happening soon. But if we take a look at plinabulin for lung cancer on our drug IQ cards, which are detailed pages, detailed information on these drugs themselves, we can see here's the next event, this phase 3 readout coming in the first half. But we also have some more information here, so we see that this is a global phase 3 study. They have some future forecasted NDA submission expected if the phase 3 goes to plan and stuff like that. If we look at the drug history, a timeline of events, we can see that it received breakthrough therapy designation in the US and China for this neutropenia indication. So obviously not for this lung cancer, but that's still a good sign since it's the same drug. They passed 2 interim analyses, and then there's a bit here about this Dublin 3 study design. Some info here about the posters and the mechanism. So yeah, BeyondSpring, if you're looking for a company in that 400 to 500 million market cap range, this is one you could take a look at. The next company we're going to look at is CORT, C-O-R-T, and their combo therapy for pancreatic cancer. We can see that data is expected for the first 40 patients. So if we take a look at their company profile, Corcept Therapeutics, they're around 3 billion, so a mid cap, a bit bigger. And if we look at their stock movement over the past 3 months or so, we could see that it's similar as well to XBI or just the markets in general. Their pullback seemed a bit harsh till now, but generally seems to be moving with the markets. If we look at their pipeline, they definitely have a few more later stage assets. They are going after these psychiatric disorders as well as these cancer diseases. So we can see that they have pancreatic cancer here, which is the drug with the Q2 readout that we're interested in, but they also have this Korlym going after Cushing syndrome and a few other this psychiatric indication, and then another cancer indication as well. Here we have a phase 2 readout coming in the first half of 2021, so Q2 2021. but we're looking at these phase 3 readouts today. So if you're looking at this company, there are possibly other readouts as well. So if we look at this drug, this combo therapy for pancreatic cancer, we can see that this readout is data on the first 40 patients, and they have continued enrollment into 80 patients. So they're probably finishing up treatment with these first 40 patients and then crunching the numbers and getting the data ready. If we look at the drug history, we can see that late last year is when they continued the enrollment. This company again is around 4 billion, or 3 billion, excuse me, so a bit bigger. So that's CORT if you're interested in taking a look at them. The next one up is Sage Therapeutics. Sage Therapeutics here has this drug going after MDD and PDD, so these mental health diseases, and they have multiple trials going on. So they do have some data coming in this Q2, first half 21 timeframe for MDD. So if we take a look at their company profile, they're also around 4 billion. So again, a mid cap. If we look at their stock chart, they haven't really been moving exactly with the markets. They've sort of been trending down. Not sure if there were any events that happened. If we take a look at their pipeline, it's mostly these psychiatric diseases, these mental disorders. So you can see that they have this approved product. This zuranolone is the one that we are interested in, this phase 3 data readout coming. They also have these phase 2 assets here with some data that's expected soon. So this company has a decent amount of catalysts as well as an approved product. So no catalyst drought for them. If we take a look at the drug itself that we're interested in, this phase 3 drug, zuranolone, for major depressive disorder and postpartum depression, we can see that they have multiple studies going on. They have this waterfall study, shoreline study, skylark study. So waterfall is the one with the readout expected in the first half. The shoreline one, more data is expected later in the year. I know earlier in the year they had some data released for this, and then for PD, for this postpartum depression, this skylark study has some data expected later in the year, and it's also been granted breakthrough therapy designation. So it can be confusing to keep on top of all these different trials, all these different studies, and if they're in different phases and open label, some ongoing stuff. So we lay that out for you here so you can just easily stay on top of it. And if we take a look, we also have some information on the market as well if you're trying to do any kind of modeling or a quick and dirty sort of modeling even. You can get some numbers here. We link the source information as well. So this is zuranolone with some data coming in Q2 as well. Now I know that these companies have been a bit bigger. These were 2 mid caps and a small cap, so I wanted to throw in another company, a smaller company, if that is more your preference. So we have Inovia here, which is around 150 million, so a micro cap company. And if we look at their stock movement over the past few months, we can see that they actually ran up and then have sort of stayed elevated. They didn't pull back with the market, so there probably was maybe some kind of catalyst. If we take a look at their pipeline, they're focused on these eye diseases, and so this micro line for presbyopic, which I think is nearsighted degradation in vision. I'm not entirely sure, but some kind of eye disorder, and they have these top line results expected in the first half of 21. They also have microstat, which is sort of getting more towards the approval stage. It has their NDA filed. Now they're just waiting for the acceptance. They have micropine, which also is in a phase 3 study, but has been paused due to COVID. So the micro line is the one that we are interested in. So if we take a look at that, that drug indication. We can see that in the drug history, there's a timeline of when the first patient was enrolled if you want to try and extrapolate a better sense for when the data could be coming. We have a bit about the market as well for this indication. So I guess presbyopia is age-related hardening of the lens, causing blurred near vision. If you're interested in crunching some numbers on the market. Again, if you want to come in and search the Catalyst database for anything, you can try for 30 days risk-free. That was a few biotech stocks with some upcoming phase 3 readouts in Q2 2021. If this video was helpful, be sure to just give it a thumbs up. Appreciate that, and comment below and let me know any companies or drugs that you would like us to showcase, or if you're following any specific companies, I'd be interested to hear about those. Again, if you want to jump in for a free 30-day trial, go head over to bpiq.com/pricing, and you can explore the whole entire database for free, risk-free, and I will see you guys in the next video.